Hey guys, it's your girl Meg. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are talking all about drugstore makeup. I feel like this was made for me. I am participating in the Drugstore Makeup Tag. Basically what it is it's a set of questions that kind of go over your favorite items, brands, stuff like that, and just sort of have fun, and we're just going to talk about drugstore makeup. I am linking the original creators below that have created this tag. I'm all about makeup being accessible for everybody and enjoyable for everyone, no matter your price point. I'm all about finding amazing products for a great price. So if you're into that, you're going to want to watch this video. But before you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and let's be friends. Also, make sure to follow along on social media where I post way more consistently, especially on Instagram stories. You can find me there like every day doing something. Anyway, if you want to learn about all of my favorite drugstore stuff, then just keep on watching. Alright, I have the questions right here, and I'm going to breeze through them as quickly as I can because I do not want to ramble for 5 years because that's what ends up happening half the time. Alright, first question is, if you could only use one drugstore / affordable brand, what would it be? And I don't know if anybody else has said this, but I thought about this a while, and I think Maybelline is going to be my answer because I have so many products from their brand that I just really love. I can think of an entire full face that I can do of things that I love, and that's kind of what I based my answer off of. And there's so many standout products in Maybelline's line of makeup, so that's what I went with because like I said, I can literally think of every single thing that I would use for my entire face of makeup. So that's what I'm going with. Okay. This second question in this, what is the most underrated drugstore / affordable brand? So like this is, you're seeing here, we're talking about drugstore / affordable makeup brands. I feel like that encompasses like Morphe, ColourPop, Juvia's Place, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. I feel like the most underrated drugstore brand is Flower Beauty. There are a couple of products that I'm like, what are you guys doing here? This was weird. But for the most part, they have standout products, and I don't see it getting as much love lately. I feel like there was a lot of love for it maybe a few years ago, but now not so much. And it's kind of harder to find, to be honest. They took it out of Walmart. A lot of people told me that it's not in Ulta stores right now. I haven't been in an Ulta store in forever, but it is on Ulta online, and I randomly saw it in Kroger. But like, I feel like there's so many beautiful products in that line, especially their lipsticks. The pressed powder is one of my favorites. Their blushes are beautiful. I love the highlighters. Their eyeshadow formula is really good. Like, I just think it's a very underrated brand that doesn't get enough love. I love Flower, okay? Next question is, what do you think is the most overrated drugstore brand? I would have to say, just based on the limited amount of products that I've used, is Makeup Revolution. I feel like that whole brand, and there's no shade to it, I feel like they're trying to do something that makes beauty more accessible for people, but I feel like what ends up happening is that they just straight up copy high-end stuff that's done really well. To me, it's like, I don't know. I'm all for like making trends more affordable, but I feel like just to copy stuff is not my favorite thing. And Makeup Revolution is kind of known for doing that. They do have some great products, but I just feel like it's just not my favorite, and some of the stuff that I've tried hasn't like wowed me so much. It's not one that I like a brand that I gravitate towards. Okay, this is so good. This is, what is your favorite drugstore product under $5? If you guys have not bought this, you need to buy it. I think it's like $2.99, $3.99, something like that. All right, Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This can be used in so many different ways. I have the shade 10 Be My Highlight. This is what it looks like here. I've compared this to the Hourglass powders. This is so beautiful. It's a very luminous, finely milled powder that is technically a highlighter, but I really feel like you can use it as a finishing powder. What I really like to use this for is I'll take kind of a fluffy brush and just sort of dust it over the skin if I feel like my makeup is looking a little flat and matte, and it just sort of brings the skin to light. I can also take a smaller brush and use it as a very like less blingy, it's not blingy, it's not metallic-y, but it's glowy. It's like a beautiful glowy powder. Please listen to me and buy this. I feel like nobody believes me with this. I know a lot of people love it, but like y'all. Next question is, what is a hidden gem from the drugstore that nobody talks about? I don't think I've seen hardly anybody talk about this. And this was suggested to me by one of my Instagram followers. She asked me if I had tried this, and I was like, no, I haven't. And she was like, you have to try it. And I was like, well, why not? It's inexpensive. Okay, this is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer in the shade Mocha, and it is a cream bronzing stick. And I'm not typically one to like love cream contours or bronzers, but this is so incredibly blendable. It's the most beautiful natural color. Like you get this, it's just lovely. Like this is what you get, and it just blends out so flawlessly. And it just looks very natural. I mean, it's affordable. It's Physicians Formula, which we'll kind of talk about that more in a second, which means it's a little bit more on the pricier side for drugstore, but I feel like this is priced really right on Amazon, and I didn't find that the price like made me go, whoa, okay. Anyway, let's move on. If you have not tried this stick bronzer, please try it. There's another shade too, but I have the shade Mocha. The next question is, what is your favorite drugstore foundation? That is so hard to choose. Like, that's so difficult. Like, I love drugstore foundations, but if I had to narrow it down to one that I've been loving for the last over a year, has been this, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I like a great medium, liquidy, medium coverage, natural finish foundation. That's like my favorite foundation sort of formula. I want something to look very natural on the skin. I don't want it to be too matte. I don't want it to be too dewy. I want it to seem just very natural satin finish with medium coverage that I can build. That has all of that. Plus it has an amazing shade range, which is amazing for the drugstore. Let's be inclusive already. Hello, it's 2020. And then also with this, it lasts forever. I have worn this in Disney World multiple times, the past couple times we've been. This does not budge. When I set it with powder and put some setting spray on, my face does not move. This stuff is incredible. If you have never tried it, you have to try it. The next question is, what products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore versus high-end? That was pretty easy for me. For sure, brow products. I have been into affordable brow products for a while. The only high-end brow product I buy is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Gel. Like, that stuff is amazing. But as far as brow pencils, brow powders, stuff like that, I feel like there's so many good options at the drugstore. And me personally, I prefer a skinny brow pencil. There's a few that I love, like the L'Oreal one, the Maybelline one, the LA Girl one, are all the ones that I kind of rotate through. They're all like the skinny brow pencils. They're very good. I don't feel like you need to spend the money on the Brow Wiz or the Benefit stuff. Although those are great products, I just burn through them so fast, I just buy them at the drugstore. I also tend to buy eyeliner a little bit more at the drugstore. I find that I have been able to find a couple of them that are just really great. There's a Maybelline Skinny Gel eyeliner that I really love. And then also there are so many amazing drugstore mascaras. I really think that you don't need to spend high-end money on a mascara. However, I really like a couple of high-end mascaras. So I'm not gonna say that I buy more drugstore than I do high-end. I feel like I'm pretty equal there, but for sure brows and eyeliners. Next question is, what drugstore brand do you think is overpriced? And immediately I thought of Physicians Formula. And it's not because I don't like Physicians Formula. I absolutely love their products. I think that they have incredible products. I mean, I am a butter bronzer stan. Like, I stan that product, like, for life. Like, I won't, it's my favorite. However, I feel like all the time, I always wait until I see it go on sale. Like, it always goes on sale on Amazon for like $6.99, and whenever I see that, I just grab it. I just don't ever pay $15.99 for it. This, like I said, this Physicians Formula product was, I believe, under $10 when I bought it, so the stuff always goes on sale, but when it's like full price, I feel like it's overpriced. But I love the brand, and I'll continue to buy it. I just always wait for a sale. I just feel like it's like a little overpriced. Like, it's just like, what? Why are you guys charging that? I do love them. I do love them. And they always go on sale. So I can't fault them that much for it. Next question is, what is your favorite drugstore dupe? Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm the self-proclaimed dupe queen. Like that, like what? Y'all asked me to pick one? But I would have to say, if I had to pick one from like the last year, I would definitely go with this. This is my Flower Beauty Spiced Petal lipstick as a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. We're just gonna do a swatch. I went on a huge tirade on Instagram stories because people were telling me that this Maybelline lipstick was a dupe, and I was like, no girl, it is not a dupe. The Flower Beauty lipstick is a dupe. You need to listen to me and finally believe me because I'm right. Okay. That is Charlotte Tilbury. That is Flower Beauty Spiced Petal. That is probably my favorite discovery. I just think that it's a wonderful dupe, and if you like the shade of Pillow Talk but you don't want to spend the money on it, get the Flower. We're done here with that question. Okay, next question is, what is the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? And I'm gonna have to say, we're including affordable brands in this. So I would have to say that either ColourPop pressed shadows or Juvia's Place are gonna be my two favorite. They're priced about the same. ColourPop is a little bit less expensive. I just think their pressed shadow formula is the best, most consistent. They're available at Ulta in store and online, and their palettes are really affordable. I'm not as big of a fan as their Super Shock single eyeshadows. I thought that, I mean, for a while I was, but I just didn't use it as much as I used the pressed shadows. And they have great eyeshadow palettes. I just think that they're so good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and stick with ColourPop. Would definitely be my favorite. And a little bit more expensive than that would be Juvia's Place. Their shadows are so beautiful. Like, I feel like they perform like high end. They're so good. But I don't know if people would consider Juvia's Place a drugstore brand. So I'm kind of like on that, you know? All right, we're getting towards the end of this. Okay, the next question is, what is the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? And I will have to say this based on the fact that it's inconsistent, is L'Oreal. Like, they still make these palettes and like they're not good. They're chalky, and I love L'Oreal as a brand. I think they have great drugstore makeup. That was my favorite drugstore foundation, is from their brand. But I feel like their eyeshadows are a little bit inconsistent. Like, their single eyeshadows and the little like pressed pigment ones are a really great formula, but when you buy a palette, they're just inconsistent. They're chalky, they have no pigment. I don't know what's going on. I chose that just because I feel like they're so inconsistent, you know? So, okay, next question is, drugstore brand that you used to love but aren't crazy about anymore. And I thought about this one for a while, and I feel like I can find something for most brands that I like, but something that just doesn't catch my eye as much would have to be NYX. I feel like NYX had like a lot of amazing things and were very revolutionary and trendy, and now I just don't know that I see that things are coming out from their brand that kind of pushes the envelope like they used to. Or maybe I'm just not seeing it and I'm just not drawn to it. But when I go on Ulta and I'm looking at like affordable beauty and makeup and stuff, it's just never sticking out to me, you know? They have some standout products that I still use and love, like the butter glosses, the pore filler primer are two products that I use consistently, but as a whole I'm just not as wowed by it. Like, I just like, what's going on? Show me some good stuff. And I may be interpreting this question wrong because it says you're not crazy about anymore. To me, it's not like I don't like the brand anymore, it's just that I'm just not like, nothing's catching my eye at the moment from them. All right, this is the second to last question, and I love this question. Is a drugstore product you did not expect to like, but totally wowed you? And this immediately came to mind. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. I was like, I don't like tints. I don't like moisturizing dewy things on my face because I don't want to get oily. But something about this I really liked. And it is just this really lightweight tint that goes on your skin. You can't even see it because it's such a good match. It's so blendable. Like, the formula of this is so incredibly nice, and it's formulated with hyaluronic acid, which is awesome. So it like dries down though. It doesn't stay greasy. It doesn't look oily. It just like feels comfortable on the skin, but gives a slight tint. But like, you could wear this on a really light makeup day with a little bit of concealer and a bronzer and some mascara, and you're good. Like, I just think this product is such a great product. The shade range is kind of weird though, so I don't love that. Like, I'm wearing nude 40, which I feel like is in the middle of the shade range, and I'm not like a medium toned, skin toned person. Like, I'm all around the light side. So I don't know. but I did really very much love this. I just really enjoyed it. If you have not tried that, it's like a gem that nobody talks about that I think is so good. Okay, we are on our very last question. Oh, what was it? I just forgot it. The last question is your favorite affordable eyeshadow palette that you are loving right now. And I don't know if people are going to consider this, like I said earlier, it's not really a drugstore brand, it's affordable. This is a $20 eyeshadow palette and then you get 12 shades, which I feel is very affordable, which some of those like L'Oreal palettes are getting up there. Like for Morphe, they charge the same amount. ColourPop is very similar. Some of the ColourPop palettes are a little bit less expensive. I felt like this was okay to mention. So this is the palette I've been loving. It's from Juvia's Place. This is called the Nubian palette. I love the packaging. Their packaging is beautiful and really cool and very special. And there's no mirror, but there's like a beautiful Egyptian lady on it, or Nubian. This is a gorgeous neutral palette, lots of warm tones, some cranberries, bronzes. It's just really, really pretty. The pigmentation on Juvia's Place eyeshadows are literally insane. Like this feels like a high-end palette, and I really feel like if you have not tried this eyeshadow formula, you are seriously missing out. I would spend $20 over any other brand, honestly, like affordable brand, to get one of these. Like they're just so pretty. So I highly recommend that you grab it. They're at Ulta, and to me that makes it very accessible and easy to get. So even I've seen them in store as well, so it's not like it's hard to find. It's not like an obscure online only sort of thing. So you gotta try it if you haven't. Alright, so that is it. That is the Drugstore Makeup Tag. I had so much fun. I feel like I could keep talking forever and ever, but we're gonna stop there. We don't want this video to go on for too long, right? So anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, just let me know if you want me to do more drugstore focused, like just talking about specific products. If you want me to break it down on like my top favorite lipstick formulas or whatever. I just think that I could have so much fun just doing like a drugstore series on here. So just let me know what you would think about that. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun filming it and I want to do more stuff like this. So I will catch you all in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye! Mwah!